Welcome back to Storytime with Nye. If this is your first time catching one of our episodes, I want to first just say thank you for choosing us to tune into, and we really appreciate you, and we ask that you continue to follow and share. And this is our season 1, Trinity Walk to Healing and Self-Love. This coincides with my journal, Trinity Walk to Self-Love. And same topics here. If you're looking to purchase that journal, then you can go on the website and get it there. But here on the podcast, we got the same topics that's in the journal, but we get to be more personal here. And this is me sharing my experiences on my self-love walk, my journey, and sharing the different experiences that I had, and sharing the what I've learned. And as your coach, I'm Coach Nye, and as your coach, I want to be able to help you mentor, and hopefully you can take my testimony to help guide you on your self-love journey. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into it. So we got triggers, right? So I touch bases in the journal on 2 different types of triggers. You have the trauma-related triggers, and you have the self-inflicted triggers. Well, with the self-inflicted triggers, we can discuss that here, because most of us, those are the triggers that we really experience the most. And the self-inflicted triggers are triggers that you have healed from, and you choose to go back and reflect on painful memories, are things that no longer serve you, which causes your healed self to start unraveling back to a state of being unhealed from a situation. How many times have I done that? I know we can use examples of relationship. How many of us have went back to relationships that we have healed from? And we know it doesn't serve us. It's not good for us. It's not a good fit. No, return back to sender. We know these things, but we go back. Now we're going through the process all over again. And in that process, what we're doing is going back through the thinking, the guilt, the shame, the hurt, the pain. Now we're talking. This is what we do. What do? Tell ourselves, you're so stupid. That's so stupid. You're so dumb. Then we start speaking harsh words over ourselves. Remember, the tongue is powerful. We say those things to ourselves, and then we start living those, because now because remember, we talked about in the earlier episodes about the mirror. Always looking in the mirror and reflect. And to us, when we look in that mirror, what do we see? That big red clown nose. A clown. That's what we see, but that's not who's there. Those are the things that we tell ourselves. And we tell ourselves those things because we did something that we thought it was a good idea. And it's okay. That's when you have to tell yourself, it's okay. Your heart is your heart. You thought it was a good idea. You did it already. So we're not going to dwell on that. Nah. We're going to do better next time. We're going to do better than that next time. Okay? Those are the things you have to tell yourself. But back to the triggers. So once you do that, and you go back to that person, and you go back through the whole cycle of healing again, this is when you have to tell yourself, I'm not doing that again. And the reason, and understand, why did you go back? What triggers you to go back? That's how you learn how not to go back, okay? Because a lot of us go back because we don't properly heal from it, because we don't know how to heal from it. We don't even understand it. We call it, what do we call it? Soul ties. Oh, I'm just tied to this person. That's my person. What's the one I heard? My twin flame. Listen, all I know is this. Love is not supposed to hurt. So if you're hurting every time you reattach yourself back to that person, then obviously that's the problem. It's not love. So now you have to understand that it may just be lust, or whatever you want to call it, soul tie, twin flame, whatever. But let's learn how to break it, okay? So for me, how did I break mine? Well, I had a therapist, okay? Because I needed to learn how to speak it and say it without being judged. And I had a great therapist. If I could refer her to everybody, I would, okay? She is amazing. She never made me feel a type of way. She never made me feel like I was, crazy or stupid for doing this. She never took my thoughts of what I'm trying to say, balled it up into her thoughts, fed it back to me. No, she didn't do that. She allowed me to, what she did was coached me into organizing it. Instead of her being like a therapist, she was more like a life coach, but she was still a therapist at the same time. She was allowing me to unravel it and figure it out as she kept me in the box to guide me, to make sure I didn't go off the deep end. Because, sometimes my mind just go way off the deep end and she'll reel me back. So she taught me about a gray area, and we're going to talk about that in the next couple of episodes. And she also taught me that this trigger came from an unhealed place, and that unhealed place started from my childhood. Not that anybody did anything to me from my childhood. It's just that because I never articulated or said certain things, I kept it within, and I learned how to figure it out on my own. So a lot of my decisions in my life came from me. And just think about that. I'm a child coming up with a plan to keep me safe or keep me focused, guiding me. And then that child becomes a teenager. So now the teenager is still feeding off the idea from what the idea I came up with as a child. So now those are my values and morals now. I created my own. And most of us do and don't even know it and don't even realize it until we break it all down. And so on and so on and so on, right? So with that, I had to learn that I'm not going to keep allowing people into my life. Now, triggers can be anything. I'm just speaking specifically on relationship because that's what a lot of people triggers come from, right? This is why they keep allowing people to come into their life and upset them. And this is what caused you to become self-inflicted. And for me, when I finally got to the point that I stopped and I didn't allow that anymore, it's because I realized I'm the prize. Surprise, I'm the prize. I'm the blessing. Because when I come into your life, I'm bringing happiness. I'm bringing joy. I'm bringing true, real love. I'm bringing no nonsense. I'm coming correct. This is who I am. I'm loyal. I know nothing but love, and I'm going to show you that, that unconditional love, because that's what I know, right? That's what I give. So I'm the blessing. You mistreated the blessing because you remember, they always come back. Now, once they come back, what are you going to do? That's where your boundaries come up. And we're going to talk about boundaries in the next episode. So boundaries come up, and this is what help you to keep from self-inflicting yourself, okay? So we're going to end it right here. And I do want to put this out here. Now, not all triggers can be self-healed. I want you to know that not all triggers can be self-healed. Sometimes you have to reach out and get professional help, okay? Remember that. Do not be ashamed to seek professional help. It is so important. Now, as I always say, If no one told you today, guess what? I love you and I'm proud of you. And I thank you so much for coming back and following me. And continue to follow and share. And remember to pour into yourself, then pour into others. Have a great rest of the day. And remember, I love you the most. I'm your coach. I'm pushing and I'm ready for you to succeed. I want to see it. Have a good one.